The old woman was driven to the brink by her unfilial children, forced to the point of hanging herself in despair. But just then, she noticed a body floating in the river, and she had no intention of meddling in others' affairs. But seeing that the man was still so young, she quickly rushed forward and sent him to the hospital. After an emergency rescue, the man narrowly survived, but due to excessive water in his brain, he had become a vegetative state. The doctor declared that unless a miracle happened, he would never wake up again. To make matters worse, there was no sign of his family anywhere. Even the doctor advised the old woman to give up and let the man fend for himself. However, thinking about her recently deceased husband and her 4 unfilial children, who had driven her to the edge for the sake of inheritance, she had already seen through the coldness of the world. So she took the man as a gift from the heavens, and without hesitation, she brought him home to care for him. She firmly believed that one day, a miracle would come to her. To raise money for his medical expenses, she worked tirelessly, selling vegetables from dawn to dusk, to provide him with the best medicine. She even spent every last bit of her savings. Yet 6 years passed, and the man showed no signs of waking up. Friends and relatives all advised her to give up, but the old woman refused to accept fate. But on this particular day, she ran into a gang of thugs collecting protection fees. Panicked, she quickly took out some money. To her surprise, not only did the thugs refuse to take her money, but their leader ordered his men to return all the money they had just collected. Then, he respectfully handed the money to the old woman, even telling her not to mind if it wasn't much. She was completely baffled by this. It wasn't until she heard from her neighbors that she realized her story had spread far and wide. People knew that she had taken in a vegetative man and cared for him meticulously for 6 whole years. And as it turned out, the gang leader admired people like her the most, those with great kindness and righteousness. That was why he wanted to help her. From then on, he even warned all the market vendors that no one was allowed to bully the old woman, or they would be making an enemy of him. Hearing this, the other vendors all nodded in agreement. The old woman was deeply moved. She never expected that a complete stranger would show her such kindness. Meanwhile, on the other side, her 4 children had just learned that a corporation was planning to acquire the land where their ancestral home stood. Even better, the company was willing to compensate them with a whopping $1,000. The 4 of them were overjoyed, thinking they were about to strike it rich. Without hesitation, they decided to rush home immediately and force their mother to hand over the property deed.